All right, we're gonna switch to people of the sun, sea, sun, and salt. I gotta figure out how to reorganize some stuff in our town so I can fit more stuff better. It's like really inefficient right now. So I think we need to change up some stuff. Be your idol. Oh, there's a ton of grass down here. Oh, I didn't realize this got uncovered. Okay, well, we're gonna need to be able to fit baths somewhere. We might have to sacrifice population for baths. Better when near a cistern, which is this right here. How big is this? Yeah, this is kind of big. Someone love me, not I need. I was talking about moving this down here. I just don't know what I want to do. Erie, hello. How are you, darling? I hope you're good. I miss you. Oh no, I got the yawns. Me, hello. Hi. Oh, hi. We also have wood storage. Ooh. Should be e-beam because work tomorrow. Oh. How are you doing on your new graphics card fund? Are you saving lots of monies? Summer means we need to make sure we have enough water. Still far away. Taxes took all my money. Oh no! Was sick for like the last 2 weeks. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Are you feeling better? I hope you're feeling better. Evading taxes for real. It was the flu. Ew, I'm so sorry. That sucks. That's the worst. But you're fine now? That's good. More wood storage, but nowhere to put wood storage. I guess we're gonna have to go ahead and move down. It's a little risky. Let's get... We also have these things we need to fit next to workplaces. Okay. So much to do, guys. Judge co egg. Ugh. Huevos. 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 Egg. Huevos. We also have this guy we gotta put somewhere. What was this again? Historian. Historian. Oh, this takes so much wood to build. Okay, so we need to figure out wood stuff. Wait, does this have to go on grass? Or is it just the forest has to go on grass? It didn't say places on grass. Okay. So I guess if it doesn't say, then it's fine. Oh! Oop. Help! Oh, I hit the wrong button. 1 second. 1 second. Wookie, shut up. She's outside my door meowing. And then I let her in, and then she's gonna get all sad. And now I have to let her out. Wookie. No. What is this? Numpad 0. I had to look up what the hotkey is. Let's see. There we go. I gotta get that figured out. What the heck? That's the second time somebody redeemed that this stream, and I was broken. I got broken. I broked. Oh, yeah. Hubba is kind of in the way. Hubba. Hubba, let's move you over here. Make you a little booger. Listen to her. Mommy's busy, Wook. Hold on. Let me see if she'll come in and be good. Yes, ma'am. Hi, kitty. Hello, sweet girl. So noisy. All she does is yell at me. Mom spaghetti. Put some houses. Oh. Oh no! Oh no! They're drowning. What happened? Too much Wawa. But how? We had like well over 100,000 and now it dipped down super far for some reason. We'll just delete those because that's not gonna work. Well, I gotta figure out how to fit a bath somewhere. And these little restaurants. They don't really fit anywhere. They're kind of big. Bug. Some zabkas. I spilled some. Oh. Don't spill water in my town, Erie. See, now she's at the door and she wants out. She doesn't like the door shut. Wookie, come here. Come here, kitty, 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 kitty. There's like a wall that juts out where the door entry is, and all I see is her tail sticking out behind the wall. Rollis isn't spending their frog points. If not in a frog store. Oh, there's no frog store. And no frog points. Meow meow. What? Come here. Come here. Are you hot? It's hot in here. No. Why? She's like, rude, shutting the door. Well, I told her. Oh, hey, I need to take my medicine. Medicine. Tastes like crap. I gotta figure out what the heck I'm gonna do. Man, how did I lose so many points? We had over 1,000. I gotta think about this for a second. What if I hate when it's dark and I can't see anything? I'm gonna delete this house. Man, it's gigantic. Oh. We're gonna delete this house too, I guess. Alright, will it fit right here? Barely. It's like right in this house's front yard. Oops. 135 of 150 bathers assigned. Jesus. All right. Let's reorganize this level a little bit if I can. It's really hard to see in between the buildings. Alright, I'm gonna put this back here. Maybe. Over here, I guess. That's a little better. And we'll put this back here. You guys can't really get to their front doors. Oh, I keep thinking I can grab stuff to delete it, but I can't. That's not how that works. There we go. That looks a little better. These paths are pretty much worthless. Okay, and then maybe we can fit another fountain back in right here. There we go. There we go. Alright, that's one bath. We need to fit one in down here somewhere. Lunch location. That's what we need. Near workplaces, it said. Might delete this. Whoops. Whoops. I hate the edge scrolling. Can I turn that off? I cannot. I thought if I was on borderless window, the edge scrolling would not work. Oh, wait, I'm tall. That was the wrong button. How do I... Oh man, I changed some of my hotkeys not too long ago, so now I'm all messed up. Well, I can just do this. There we go. That's better. That's what I like. Alright, so we have our little lunch place now. Oops. Yeah, connect it up to the pathways though. Shining so bright. Shining. Alright, where else can we shove a bathhouse? We need a few. So much wood. And then we need to put a lunch place in here somewhere. Okay, the edge scrolling is getting on my nerves. I'm getting annoyed. Should be near workplaces. Might do this again. That's me. That's right. That's me. Bitch, I'm him. I was gonna say, you live directly across the street from the bathhouse and you're not clean. That doesn't make sense. That's me. That's right. You guys are all good. We gotta put one over here somewhere. It's such a giant asset. There's nowhere to put it. It also costs a shit ton of wood. Doesn't fit. Dang, it's so close to there. Well, I never meant to break. Oh my gosh. The water is getting really high and it's making me really nervous. It's coming way back up. I don't like this. Alright, are we doing better now? That's not terrible. I'm okay with this. We need a lunch place down here. Well, I never meant to break. Might, delete this house. Oh. Really? There we go. Quality of life. 6 era mission complete. Let's go. That's good. I never completed the one from the last era, though. Now they're the ladies who lunch. Oh no, is it too far away for these guys? I never meant to break, but I got it. I could switch it with this house. I'll have to just delete the house for now. Stupid fountains. They're everywhere and they're annoying. They're so big. So I get for asking Red which decoration we should pick. JK. Okay, I'm gonna move this over here so more people can get to it. And then we'll put the little house back over here. And it's winter. Cool. So, oh, it uncovered again. Whew. We also need to do wood storage somewhere. Alright, will it fit in here? It's not a huge building, right? Oh, so close. Really need to increase wood storage, something terrible. Oh, I could put it this way. I didn't think about that. There we go. Okay. Okay. Hi, should I call you? Should I call you Faye? Or no? I don't want to say the wrong thing. Or would you prefer I call you Cerise? Whatever I want. I felt so bad the other day when you were like, do you know what that means? And I'm like, no, because I'm a stupid American. I don't know anything. Oh, gosh. You live in the US? Well, that doesn't mean anything. Lots of people live in the US, but they're not American descent. You know what I mean? Oh, I misspelled it. Oh, that makes sense. I do that a lot. You're Cuban. Oh, that's cool. I like Cuban food. Oh, okay. I understand now. I didn't even realize I fucking spelled it wrong. That's how dense I am sometimes. I'm a terrible speller. It's a problem. I was just fucking around. No worries. You're home. Where the hell have you been? Hi, Red. Alive. You missed it. We drew a picture. And I've been trying to keep my city from drowning. Yeah, but it was funny, Faye, because earlier that day or the day before, somebody was like, did you know that fett in German means fat? And I was like, oh, sad. No, I didn't, but now I do. Stab him! No. It wasn't meant to be malicious. It was just... But then somebody told me that, I think it was in Zeph's stream earlier today. That fat comment is crazy, right? I think it was in Zeph's stream today. Somebody was like, I told that same story, and then somebody was like, chi-chis are boobs in some languages, I guess. So they started calling me fat titties. I was like, oh, new nickname unlocked. Those are the follower emotes. If you subscribe, you get way more. I have lots of emotes. I'm getting more emotes, actually. I'm getting new ones. Whoa! Why can't I see them? Oh, so sometimes the emote menu on Twitch is really fucked up. And it's like, let me see if I can see it in here. Oh, I can't really see it from OBS. But sometimes there'll be like the channel emotes. Twitch make me look at no, you're fine. So there's like a few different options for emotes. There's like the channel ones, which is the little camera icon, I think. And then you can see like all of your emotes that you have, which is a different icon. And then there's another icon. Hold on, I'm gonna look right now. I'm gonna do some. Oh, I can't. This game is weird about that. That's right. Post the art somewhere for me tomorrow to see. It's not done, but when it's done, I will. Bo, thank you so much for 17 months. Hi, BB. Hi, BB. I have emotes for like 12 channels right now because I keep getting gifted random subs. I'm sorry. I don't have one for you. Oh, right. All right. So if you open the emotes menu, the star is the favorites. The camera icon is the channel. So it's like for just this channel, the emotes that I think you have. And then there's, or maybe that's all the emotes. And then there's the my emotes, which is like the grid icon. And that's like all the emotes you have that you can use. And then there's the regular emoji menu, which is lame, normal emojis that nobody likes. Hi, Bo. How are you? How was your day? Maybe it's because of TTV. It could be. Sometimes the settings of BTTV are weird. You have to go in and manually fix them. It's kind of annoying. But I notice that sometimes too, where it seems like some of my emotes are missing, and then I go into one of those other menus, and then they're in there instead. Say it was good. How's your arm? Is it feeling better? You know you had to go get pokies today. You didn't get pokies? Are you okay? Did they steal your blood? I hate it when they do that. I have to get that done next month. I don't wanna. They're always taking my blood, those bastards. Poking me and shit. You don't want to get poked. It was fine. The worst part was when they missed the first poke and was digging around. Oh, why do they do that? Then you just end up with like a big bruise and it hurts for like 2 weeks. It's the fucking worst. I hate it when they do that. Alright, I need to... What else do we need to do? We still don't have enough people for this building. I want to put it down here, but I'm like really afraid it's going to flood again. I was like, babe, we ain't fishing. Get out of there. Damn. I know how much blood you can lose without being problematic. I know the math formula. Are you serious? Oh, so that gave us 6K wood, which is great. We have more storage now. Sounds of Syria. What is this? Leisure. Oh, that's the parks. I'm gonna wait for this to be more above water this time. I started to build down here and then it sank. I was like, oh shit. We flooded, so I had to delete all the buildings. It's kind of sad. It was kind of sad. It's more than you think, and your body will make it back in no time. But math. Excuse me. We don't like math. Math is icky. Redneck agenda. Tell everybody do the propaganda. I don't know what to do right now because blood math. Oh, did you see that Jacksepticeye is gonna be, is it directing the Bloodborne movie? Isn't that crazy? He's directing it, right? That's what I saw. I don't know anything about it either. I just saw it on online. We're out of space. I deleted a chunk of our population to make space for bathhouses. Other than something about Bloodborne 2, yeah, I have no idea. No clue. I know nothing. All right. Save. Bloodborne 2 is the joke because there won't be a second game. Oh, I don't even know that much, see? I didn't even know there was a whole joke about it, a meme. There's a whole meme and everything. Wow. I think I'm gonna call it kind of an early night, chat. I'm kind of sleepy. Kind of tired. Kind of tired. Kind of hungry. Pop, 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 pop. Pop, 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 pop. I had an eventful day today. Kind of eepy. Wow, wow. Now it's fucked up. Every copyright here. Let's find someone to raid. The Blingus is live. He's playing marbles on stream? Nice. Let's go see Goblingus. Empty-handed. Goblingus. Goblingus. Alright, let's go say hi to Rob. He's playing marbles on stream. That's cool. I never actually played that. I've just seen other people play it. That's been around for a long time now. Alright. We're gonna say hi to Goblingus. Friday is Are We There Yet? I think, with Red and Wambat and Giga. And then Monday will be our first coding stream with Boots.dev. Boots.dev? Boot.dev. Boots is the character that they have. Yeah, let's go. Oh, Red, I have to get your clip so I can post it tomorrow. I have to get that one clip. All right. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thanks for all the love and support today. I feel like I got a lot of love today, and I'm so thankful and grateful for all of you for hanging out. Everyone that came from Kizay's stream, thanks for chilling. I appreciate you so much. And I'll see you guys later. Goodbye. Get the fuck out. Love you. Yes, where you shove the plunger up my ass. Goodbye.